Hey, everybody. This is the Rock Your Biz Blab. And my name is Kirsten. I am your host. And each week I will be interviewing a superstar in the business, entrepreneur, direct sales, network marketing world. Because I not only always strive to be a better version of myself in my life and my health, my fitness and wellness, but also in my businesses. So I want to learn from the best. And I figure since I'm doing that, I might as well share it with all of you guys as well. So today we have Shannon, and I'm going to read her bio so you can get a little background about her before we get started, but she'll be telling you a little bit more about herself. So just so everyone knows who we're talking to today, Shannon Hamaker, is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Yay. Shannon Hamaker is a senior director with Pure Romance. She's helped shed light on sexual health to thousands of women over the past 11 years. She strives to emulate the Pure Romance mission, which is to educate, entertain, and empower women in all she does. When Shannon was laid off from her social service job, she decided to take a leap of faith. She spent her last paycheck on her Pure Romance starter kit and has never looked back. She's been on the board for 8 of her 11 years. She's a corporate trainer where she gets to help consultants from all over build their businesses. Another passion of hers is seeing women take the leap of faith by joining her team, which is called Girls on Fire. She loves supporting her team members to see them live their lives to the fullest while having complete control and freedom to do so. Team Girls on Fire symbolizes the growth that her team has had. The passion for Pure Romance is spreading like wildfire. She has team members in Tennessee, Colorado, South Dakota, Delaware, Georgia, and even Alaska. So if there's girls on this Blab right now who are in those states, who are new, who want to hook up with people in those states, just reach out to us and we'll get you guys connected. So awesome. Thank you, Shannon, so much for being here today. You're awesome.
Yeah, no problem. We're so excited to have you guys.
Oh, so for the people who don't really know what's going on, because I don't know who's all watching this or who will watch the recording, I invited all my team of Passion Parties consultants, the Passion Rock Stars, and then also I sent this link to the executive director group that I'm in with the Passion Parties executive directors. And so I don't know who's all going to be here, but basically Passion Parties was just acquired by Pure Romance. So everyone who was a Passion Party consultant on Monday morning became a Pure Romance consultant by Monday afternoon. And it was a big whirlwind. So we have spent, right now it's Thursday morning. I've pretty much spent the last, 55, 60 hours learning. So I wasn't planning on doing that in January, but that's what happened. So I'm happy to be learning something new. So I invited Shannon on this interview so that she can help us, our team, any other previous Passion Party consultants or any other new Pure Romance consultants from anywhere have a successful business. Because most of us get into business because we want to succeed. So there's a formula, and Shannon's going to help us figure it out. So what I would love, Shannon, is for you to tell us a little bit more about you, why you joined Pure Romance. We got kind of the basics from your bio, but I want to hear a little more personally, like a little more of a personal story, why you chose Pure Romance, and then kind of your journey the last 11 years.
Okay. All right. I'll try to keep it in a nutshell version.
No, you don't need to nutshell it.
Well, I started back in 2004, and I got my degree in human ecology, child and family studies, like you're supposed to. And then you go get a job like you're supposed to. And I just didn't feel like I fit in that 9-to-5 world. So I really enjoyed what I did working in the social service field, but I did not enjoy the long hours and the little pay that I'm sure some of you have experienced and may still be experiencing. But we, ended up being a blessing in disguise when I had found out that I was going to be laid off. So a friend of mine encouraged me, and this is back in Chattanooga, Tennessee, in the buckle of the Bible Belt, where not many people talk about sex openly, but my friend encouraged me to go to a party, and I went, and I just saw how much fun everybody was having. And I thought, I'll just give this a shot. I'll see how this goes. And until I find a real job, this is what I'll fill my time with. Well, it's been 11 years, and it's kind of been that puzzle piece that, has fit my life, whether I've had 2 children. I sold real estate for a little while. So it's been full-time, it's been part-time, it's been sometime, but always what I've found is there's always at least one woman there that got something from the information and the products that we have to share. There was always some woman there that needed that girls' night out and that affirmation that she's normal. And just because her husband can't give her an orgasm, it's not something that I haven't heard, several times over. And I'm sure you all have heard too. So we, in 2012, we decided, before our son's about to go to kindergarten, if we're going to move, let's do something. Let's move and just have a family adventure. We love Chattanooga, Tennessee. It's a very outdoorsy place. So we thought, what better place than Colorado to kind of step it up a notch. So we came out here, we looked at what was going on. I met with some of the few leaders that were in this area with Pure Romance. And I spoke with Chris Ciccanelli, and he's the president of Pure Romance. And he said, that market is totally open. And we would love for you to go there and be a part of the corporate training team and, have more team building there. So what I didn't know was that was going to be setting me up for when Slumber Parties was going to transition, which was a wonderful, scary time for all of us because we'd never had so many, it's like a blended family where you're not sure how everyone fits into the family quite yet. So that has been an incredible journey for us the past 2 years to learn from these Slumber Party ladies and what they've learned and what they can bring to the table. And we've kind of helped them with what we've got going on. So it's been a great growing pain to have. So when we heard that when Passion Parties was going to come over, it was just like, okay, all right, here we go. We're ready. We had this, we've groomed we've groomed each other to know how to mix personalities and that sort of thing. So I just want you all to know that we're in good hands, or you're in good hands, and we're in good hands with Pure Romance because they really do put the consultants first. So where it stands now, I'm on the board of directors still, and I'm doing some corporate trainings, and I'll be in Denver. So I hope I'll get to meet many of you on the 26th. And I'm sure you all have heard about that.
I posted it in our group today.
Okay, great. And if anybody needs,
we actually only have a handful of consultants in Denver.
Okay.
Like a very small part of my team is in Colorado.
Okay.
My team is really, really spread.
Mm-hmm.
So, mostly like California is big,
mm-hmm.
For our team, and then kind of everything else is just really spread. But yeah, hopefully all our Colorado people are going to be there.
Yes, most definitely. So that is kind of my story, and my passion for a long time was doing parties, and I just love connecting with those women. But a lot like you, Kirsten, when we moved out here, we found ourselves in a different financial situation because of the different cost of living and all that. And so we recently started doing the Dave Ramsey thing, and doing the debt-free
2 thumbs
plan.
Up on Dave Ramsey.
Yes, it's awesome. And then on top of that, we're also, I think we're all on a physical and kind of just trying to live a balanced life. And that's what I'm helping my team do as well. So that's me.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. Yeah, I love that. I love learning more about you. And I think that lets people know, everyone can relate to somebody
mm-hmm.
in some way. And I think that's important when making connections and building relationships, that you're not going to be the same as mm-hmm. everyone. And you're not going to have everything in common with everyone. But the more you learn about somebody, the more you're like, oh, we do have this in common. Like we have the Dave Ramsey
mm-hmm.
thing in common. We have the health and fitness thing in common. We have the Pure Romance thing in common. But I think if you talk to somebody long enough and ask them enough questions, you can always find something you have in common, even if it's something like you both watch Grey's Anatomy. Like it could be a really
No,
small. Do you
I
watch
used
Grey's?
to.
Oh. uh, so something really small, but I think that's important in a networking business to find those connections so that you have something to build a relationship
right.
from.
Even
So
with your hostesses and your consultants, and I think all across the board, you can use that.
Yes, for sure. So we have a few questions for you. And by we, I mean my team has reached out to ask a couple, and then I have a couple. So what I want to know, first of all, in your journey, in the earlier part of your Pure Romance journey, did you ever have a moment where, like, was there a specific moment when you're like, you know what, I'm going to make this my career, or I'm going to be a top leader? Or did it just like slowly happen over time and all of a sudden there you were? Like, how did that look for you?
It was a different journey. Well, like we said before, everybody's on their own journey. And so mine has been that tortoise, you know. I definitely am not the hare that leaps forward and all of a sudden has $1 million team. This has been a slow growth, and it's been a personal growth, and it's been me learning how to interact with my team and how to grow my team. So it's definitely been a process of personal growth and how I can best bring my skills to Pure Romance. I hope that makes sense. But I was never that girl. I've been kind of the people pleaser, and, you know, trying to figure out how marriage works and how family works and all that stuff. And
don't even try to figure out the marriage thing. Just roll with it.
Seriously. So that's always evolving. So Pure Romance has just always been that thing where as I started growing my team, I really had to look at myself and look at the strengths that I had, and maybe this sometimes the brainwashing that I had from growing up or from society. And I had to go, wait, what is important to me? And how can I give this to them? Because so often in this business, it's not about what you have to get from it. It's what you have to give. And I feel like if you're feeding yourself with good things, like all of you that are on here right now, congratulations for taking a step to improve yourself and improve your business. Because when you fill yourself with all these good things, it's almost like you're overflowing, and you can't hold it all in. You've just got too much to share. So you just got to give it out to people.
Well, I love that. And I would love to hear what maybe 2 or 3 of your strengths are that either you just have naturally or that you've developed to become the leader that you are.
Oh, I like to think that I see everyone as a 10. Like when I come into contact with someone, whether I am driving, like I've learned not to prejudge. So if I'm driving up to a trailer out in the middle of Eastern Colorado or in Tennessee, I look at that woman with the same amount of potential as a woman that is, you know, living in a mansion somewhere that has a degree. So I feel like that has really helped me shift my perspective and really give that full attention and that full connection with every woman that I come in contact with. So I would say that's the first one. The second one would be my ability to adapt and the flexibility that I have. I thought I was super flexible until I moved to Colorado, and everybody's like, you're going to kill it out there. And I'm like, yeah. And then I got out here and I was like, I'm all alone. I don't know anybody, you know, like, where do you start? I had to start all over again. And so I really had to figure out, I did build that little comfort zone that I had to get outside of it, because that's where all the magic happens, is where you get outside your comfort zone and people start to go, oh, what do you do? Oh, and then, you know, next thing you know, the math teacher down the street is your biggest fan and has had 3 parties and continues to order stuff from you. And all because you said, I'm going to ask her, even though she doesn't look like the type to have a party, I'm still going to ask her, you know? So my ability to adapt, and then seeing everyone as a 10, I think those are the 2.
Oh, I like that. And it's so important not to prejudge, because I think we all kind of do that a little bit just naturally.
Mm-hmm.
And so to make a conscious effort to not do it takes practice, but I'm sure it gets easier. And over time, since, you said that's a strength of yours, over time, you probably don't have to remind yourself as often. You just automatically see everyone the same, like you said.
I ask every single person if they want to book a party, and every single person if they want information on the business. I'm always going to offer that opportunity, because the more you ask, the more you're like, oh, wait, you really do? Wait, oh, okay, hold on.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. Awesome. And thank you for calling me a 10.
Oh, yes, of course.
I appreciate it. So something else that I am curious about is, you've been in the business for 11 years. So you have seen, because I'm assuming everyone who's watching this has some sort of business they own, and they're probably more interested in this if they're in direct sales or network marketing. I'm assuming that. So if you're watching this and you're not in that, you can ignore this next question. This next statement. But I've been in the business for over 10 years as well. And so we have seen a lot of people come and go. It's just part of the business that we're in, that it's part of the whole industry. We've seen a lot of people come and go. When I got a list, we just offered a special in December for past consultants. So I printed out a list of all my past consultants so I could contact them. And I had 345. These are like my personal sponsored consultants. And I was like, that's so many, but it's really only 34 a year over 10 years. So that's a normal amount. But I'm like, 345. So we've seen them come and go. So what I want to know from you, not in general for business or success, but what do you think specifically in Pure Romance are some characteristics that make up a successful consultant?
Oh, I think they are self-aware and open, teachable, coachable. Like they're just like sponges, like feed me.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are true to the message of Pure Romance. Like the ones that the ladies that they may have, for example, I have one woman that just had a baby, and she kind of fell off the party scene for a little bit, but I know she's going to be back because she truly believes that in the message of Pure Romance that we need to educate and empower women to have a voice in their sexuality. So I think in any type of business, whatever that message is, for example, take Dave Ramsey. He's not like, oh, I'm going to sell a ton of books, or I'm going to sell a ton of the financial peace programs. He knows that what he's sending them is hope, and it could change the life of someone. It could change the course of someone's life. I truly believe that in the end, that's what I'm doing for my customers. So even if it's something like, like OtterBox, you're like, oh, you're protecting phones. That's really special. OtterBox actually does a lot for the community through Otter Cares, and their message is stronger than it is just, covering phones. It's a deeper why. So trying to find out what that why is, I think it takes time, but when you get rooted in that and you build a foundation in your why, it's just, you can only go up. So I think that would be it.
I love it. So when people, and do you think those are characteristics that people can learn? Or do you think there's just people out there naturally with those characteristics and they're the ones who are going to be successful in this?
I think it comes with age. As you get older and you open yourself to new experiences, then some people are, like they like their own little world. And typically those types of people are comfortable in a 9-to-5 job. And this is all in my opinion. By the way, this is not researched at all. This is just Shannon's world.
Oh my gosh. It's everything I ever put out is 100% my opinion.
Oh, awesome. So okay. I love it. Yeah.
We're good with it.
Okay. I love it.
If people don't like our opinions, they can push stop.
Right. Because their opinions don't pay our bills, right? Right.
Right.
So yes, I think that people that are open and teachable and want to learn, I think they can. And you know, in your 20s and 30s, you're still trying to figure out. And once I found out that the brain is not fully developed until they're 25, you know, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. I look back at my life and I'm like, oh, okay, that it wasn't really my fault. My brain wasn't developed. I was still trying to figure out who I was. So in thinking that with my team, it can be very frustrating because it's like a kid. You just want to be like, just do it. But you really have to get deeply rooted in what it is that they want at that time. So I've learned to go, okay, so you want a $300 purse. That's probably something that I would not purchase. But if that's what you want, then I'll help you get it. Or you want a new pair of boobs. Okay. That let's figure out how to get that, because as they get older, as they figure out what really matters to them, they'll know the tools that they can put into place to get it. So, right. Yeah, I know I'm going a roundabout way, but
thank you for that, because I think that's really helpful for a lot of my leaders and up and coming leaders are, you know, they want to know those things because it gives us something to focus on in our personal growth. Mm-hmm. Instead of just reading any random book, we can read books specific to what our weaknesses mm-hmm. are, our struggles. Mm-hmm. So I actually had a couple people ask, and this is, I mean, I wanted to know more like general things, like the things we're talking about, I think are amazing, mm-hmm. but a lot of people wanted me to ask. So, what are some of your, I guess it's our, not your, mm-hmm. our top selling products?
Ooh, top selling products. Let's see. I've got some of them.
People are wanting to buy some inventory. Mm-hmm. And you know, you want to go to a party and say, hey, this is our top selling product, instead of like, hey, I don't really know anything about this right now because I was going 2 days ago.
Yeah. I know. And I have, like I told you, I've got some catalogs here. I've got some old catalogs from fall 2015 that I can spare. And I can also set people up with a little demo if you need it. And we do have some videos that we can give you the links to, so you can watch the live demo, because I know that would be helpful, especially since many of you.
Yeah, I saw some videos on the app.
Okay, good. And a lot of those are, you know, they're staged. So it's different than, of course, when you have like a live audience, but we do have a few ladies have videoed, and I think I have half of mine done on video at a real party in Denver. So if anybody wants to see that, let me know. And I also have an audio as well, because if you're like me, I love to listen to stuff daily, you know, listen to like things as I'm running or at the gym or whatever. So let me know if you want me to send you that link. As far as the top sellers, Coochie, the rash-free shave cream. Are you all familiar?
Yeah. We had a similar product.
Okay.
So that was our soft and silky shave
cream. Okay. So Coochie, this is the Body Boost. This is our new tightening cream, and ladies are going crazy over it. There is a Facebook group called Destination Success, and it was started by Dana Barish and a few other leaders, and it's got like 11,000 ladies on there. And if you type in the search bar Body Boost, you'll see tons of pictures of people's faces, the back of their legs, that you can like put on your phone or even print out and laminate and pass it around. And a lot of times I'll just post that on my Facebook event before a party, and I get there and they're like, you got to tell me about that Body Boost. Can I smell it real quick before we start the party? So it's good when you can start the party before it even starts on your Facebook events. Right. So the Body Boost is great. We also have, oh my gosh, all of you get this for yourself. This is the Truly Sexy Flirt. And we have the Truly Sexy, which a lot of ladies love, that perfume. But the Truly Sexy Flirt, it has amber and jasmine, and it has infused pheromones in it. And we actually got packaging awards for the first Truly Sexy. So that was up against like big department stores. So they take pride in the quality of the product, and then also the packaging. I mean, look at that. It's so pretty. It's got the Audrey Hepburn kind of feel to it. The shave has been big, especially for you Colorado ladies that have your lumbersexuals. We've got the shave and the legend, and they both have infused pheromones. So makeout sessions with men have just, women are going crazy over it because it smells good, makes their skin soft, and it has the pheromones in it. So you like them a little bit better than you normally do. So that's good.
That's always a plus.
The Basic Instinct and the Bosom Buddy are both big sellers, but okay, good.
And we know about those because we have
products
similar to that as well.
And the lip glosses, I mean, those are phenomenal hostess gifts. Those are the things that typically ladies aren't going to buy for themselves. But if you have a basket in your shopping room, they're going to be like, ooh, you know, there's always 2 or 3 ladies that are the lip gloss whores that have a ton in their bag. And they're like, oh, is that lip gloss? They have like their lip gloss radar. So that's great. And then our Pure Naked line, that's, I'm sure, have you all gotten to see that? That's all the paraben-free, glycerin-free products. I sell the most of this. I sell the body spritz. It's like the body dew, but it doesn't have parabens. It doesn't have glycerin. It's a very subtle scent. So back in Tennessee, they'll put anything anywhere. They're like, put it where? You know, but here, of course, they're like, is this vegan? Is this...
Right.
So, which is good, but it's good that you have discerning buyers because we have great products.
Yeah, I watched the video. The video for that is hilarious.
Oh yes, it's so funny.
Because if anyone hasn't seen it, you guys have to go on YouTube and watch the video for the
Pure Naked.
What's the line called?
Pure Naked.
Pure Naked. And if anybody, so I put it in, I'm doing a Facebook party tonight. So I was up at 3 this morning trying to because I haven't had time to look through any catalog or video or anything. So I got super early to put together my Facebook party so I would have videos and stuff. And I saw that and I was like, so I put on there, if anybody here knows me, I'm totally that lady and she's super annoying, but that's how I am. Or somebody like it because she's like gluten-free, non-GMO, vegan, and that's totally how I am. So I was laughing because I can totally make fun of myself. I know I know to some people that's super annoying, but that's how I am.
That's so funny. So. Well, good. I'll have to watch that again. I haven't watched that in a while. So thanks for bringing that up.
It's super funny. She's just like everything that people say that's like extreme health things that are like the buzzwords and stuff. She's saying that she's
good stuff. It's great for Colorado ladies. The Hot Heart massager. I think did you all have something? Okay. So that's great. That coupled with the Burning Desire candle, that is a huge seller because those two together, we used to sell the Hot Heart and Serenity, which Serenity is $20. And then you've got the Hot Heart and the Burning Desire, and the Burning Desire is $24. And it's a fun thing where you don't have to warm up your massage oil. You can just pour it on your lover's body. But that and
we had one of those candles. So that was one of my best sellers too. So I'm excited.
And it smells good. And you have the chalk. And then we've got the Heart Throb, which is like the step up. I've started showing that people buy that a little bit more. So are you guys, I could go through here and talk about every single thing.
Well, why don't you tell us your personal
Okay. Well, the Rendezvous is a must. That's our best-selling couples C-ring. Now we just released the new one. Oh shoot. The name, I totally forgot it, but the new one is wireless, and I have not
yes, it's I ordered one with I just put in a order, and I ordered one, but I can't remember. I don't remember any of the names, but
that one I just ordered that. Temporary. It's not in the catalog yet, but hopefully I'm trying to look it up here. I don't see it. Rendezvous. Yeah. Sorry. I don't see it. So anyways,
if you look under couples toys, it's in there on the website.
Okay.
That's where
the Home Alone. Home Alone. Have you all seen that? The selfie collection was just released last year, and it has been selling like crazy because it is wireless. It's a soft, high grade silicone. You got handles in case you get out of control. You don't want to fling your toys all over the room, right? But this Home Alone has 30 speeds. So we like to say it has 30 speeds, one for every day of the month. So there you have it. And if anybody finds it, it's an incredible, if you work out and you have sore muscles, it's incredible for massaging. So that's the Home Alone. I've been selling a lot of those.
Okay.
And
okay. Awesome. Well, that gives us some good ideas of where to start. And the great thing is, if there are former passion parties consultants watching this, all those things that she mentioned at the beginning that are their best sellers, we already know about all those products because we had that same or similar product with a different name. So that's good to know that we can start off not having to learn everything. We can just take those things we already know, like the hot heart massager and the our bosom buddies was called Nibblers, and we have the candle. We had all those things too. So we don't have to all of a sudden show 20 new products. We can show 3 new products and then 10 that we already know so that we feel more confident and just get out and start.
That's a great idea. Right, phase it in. And I think with all things, if you think about it, like the sexual response system, you've got all the stuff for desire, and then you've got stuff for foreplay and arousal.
Right.
And if you think of it in that category, a lot of that stuff is going to fit just like yours. So I'm sure it's going to be an easy transition. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And all the girls on my team, at least, are pretty sharp. We're a pretty smart team. So I think we can figure it out really quickly. So I want to wrap up, but I have one question because I'm all about action. My team, we're super action oriented. Basically, if you just want to hang out and hold hands and rah, you're probably not a good fit for my team. We like to basically just get stuff done. So what I would love to hear from you to help anyone who's new to Pure Romance, whether you were a passion consultant before or not, what are 3 actions that a brand new consultant can take immediately that would have a big impact on her success?
3 action items.
Easy. We like baby steps. We're like you, like the
party school.
What was that? Yeah.
So doing party school.
Yeah. Okay. And so where do people go to
on
party
the
school?
COO and go to, I believe it's a training center, and then it says party school. It's a very interactive, fun, walks you through everything about what you need to know about Pure Romance. While you're doing Pure Romance, or while you're doing party school, book those parties. Just book them. I mean, right now, especially, that's going to give you that momentum to go through the spring and summer. Like what you're doing now is going to determine what you're going to have in the summer and the fall. And the more parties that you book right now, even if you're used to just doing, if you're a seasoned consultant with passion parties and you've only been doing 3 or 4 parties a month, go ahead and book 6, because once you get that momentum and you get that chance to rehearse, by that 5th or 6th party, you'll be saying all the right things. You'll forget about the old names. Not that we want you to forget them, but you'll know the new names, and it won't.
They're gone. So we don't need to, our brains are only so big. True. We're adding stuff. Let's just get rid of the old and with the new.
But you'll know how to use the stories from the past, connecting with your guests and using those stories. You'll just have that rhythm. So book those parties, do party school. And I would go shadow a party with a local consultant. And if you need someone in your area, being on board, we get to meet a lot of the leaders all over, and they're super supportive. So if you get in touch with someone, we'll find you someone to shadow.
Okay, perfect. So let me just recap the 3. We like simple. So this is good. So number 1, go through party school. Number 2, book as many parties as you can possibly book. And we know how to book parties. If you guys aren't sure how to book parties, talk to your sponsor. They know how to book parties. And just like Shannon said earlier, talk to everyone. She was brand new to Colorado when she came here a couple of years ago. And she just had to start asking the neighbor down the street that she didn't even know. So if you are not sure how to book parties, then ask your upline or your sponsor. I think we all know how.
Yeah,
it's just
yeah.
doing it. So my number 2, if you would agree, Shannon, would be book and do as many parties as possible. And then number 3 would be shadow and get hooked up with some local Pure Romance consultants to network with, to maybe even find a new success partner. Just get, and you can ask them questions. Like Shannon hooked me up with the Colorado Pure Romance Facebook group. So I've been asking some questions in there. So, there's people in there that have been in the business for 12 years. How long? 20 years. So, I mean, they already know everything. So if you're super busy or you're going crazy or you're stressed out because you don't have time to find an answer, that's okay. It's okay to ask somebody else. And that's what I've been doing. I've been asking. And then, so I don't know everything at all. But I've been asking so much that I know a lot. So don't be afraid to reach out to me. Don't be afraid to reach out to Shannon or any other local or non-local. You find someone online. Ask
and I'll hook you up. And also, this isn't an action item, but I think that at this time, if you have that perspective that this is a time where you can be like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. We've got new products. It's a new company.
Right.
I'm so excited to share this with you. All of your past hostesses, use this as a tool to have something bigger than you had anticipated for 2016. Whereas some people will look at it as a setback. A lot of people are going to look at this as a set up for their successes. And I think that's one big thing that we found with slumber parties is some of those ladies that hung on to the old names, the old way, they didn't embrace the change. It's going to happen. It's inevitable. So you might as well have fun and ride that roller coaster ride and use it as a success. So.
Right. Yeah, it did happen. It's not even it's not even like it will happen. It's inevitable. It did happen. And so you can either accept that. And like you said, I love what you said, embrace it, or you can let it go. So you really have 2 options. Would I encourage everybody to do, if you're watching this and you haven't decided whether or not you are going to stay with Pure Romance, I recommend everybody give it at least a try. Give yourself a chance for success. Accept the terms. All you have to do is log in to coo.pureromance.com. All you do is click a button that says you accept the terms of service, and that actually makes you already a consultant. You don't have to buy a kit right now. You don't have to put in an order this month. This month is a total free-for-all. It's a transition month. That's why we call it transition. But at least if you go in there, accept the terms, you have until March 31st.
Oh my gosh.
Before
you've got nothing to lose, especially right now during the busiest season. It's
Valentine's.
And
guys.
if you are near an empowerment summit that's going on, when you go on there on the COO, when you log in, accept those terms, go to events, and you look at where the nearest empowerment summit is going to be, that will be your chance to meet probably the president of the company, the vice president. You'll get to see and get a feel. You'll walk in that room and you'll go, okay, I feel like I'm good. This is a good place to be. So at least that's what we're hoping.
Right.
So
it will be. But you'll never know if you just cut yourself off right now. You're not going to know if you just say right now, you know what? Pure Romance doesn't have drop shipping. I'm out. Or, Pure Romance doesn't let us have co-ed parties. I'm out. You know what? There's differences. There's a lot of similarities. There's a lot of differences. There's positives and negatives of every single business on the planet. So, and you might end up in a couple months saying, you know what, this isn't for me. And that's fine. At least you took the time to learn about it, look into it, and gave yourself the chance. Whereas if you just decide, you know what, I'm not going to accept the terms of service, you've cut yourself off from any I mean, that's not true. You can decide later and buy a kit and sign up. But I mean, right now you're already signed up. So you may as well just, go for a ride for the next couple months and see what happens.
I totally agree.
Do you agree, Shannon?
And
right. And if two smart ladies here are telling you the same thing, what? Why would you even think about not
go
doing
for it? You have nothing to lose.
Go for it. Just do it. That's what I think. One characteristic of a successful person is someone who is willing to take a risk. Like you said, when your last paycheck, you bought your kit. That's a risk. This is, life is a risk, but nothing that you're successful at or that you loved wasn't a risk at the beginning. Getting married is a risk. Having a child is a risk. Falling in love is a risk. Oh my gosh. And think of if you never loved anyone, how sad that would be. That'd be very sad. All right. Well, we are going to go ahead and wrap up. Shannon, thank you so much for being here with us today. I will get this link posted so that you guys, if you missed any of this, you can go back and check it out. And then I will give you guys, when I post the link, I will give you guys Shannon's information. I'll give you my information. If you have any questions, if you want to reach out to either one of us, we are both totally here to help you guys succeed in this transition, in your business in general, and in life.
Thank you.
So, Shannon, I will come by I'll let you know when I can come by tomorrow to pick up those catalogs. And then we'll meet for sure next week.
That sounds good. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much for being here today and taking the time for yourself and your business and to hang out with us. Awesome.
Bye.
I'll see you guys next time. Bye.